Welcome back everybody to the 6th episode in TerraFirmaGreg. In the last one, we built up our base and since then I've just made these paths. And instead, in terms of progression, we've just got 2 more steam machines. And this episode is gonna be the total opposite of what we just did, because we're gonna go exploring instead. Although before that, I actually want to build something I should have probably built a short while ago, which is the cellar. And I also want to set up again our beehives, because we are actually gonna need some wax going forward, so it's best to leave them up again, as they were in our old base. Although it is autumn, so I don't think we're gonna get many bees before winter comes. Also here, I'm using most of the apples we get to make cider, because they are most likely gonna go bad before I'm able to actually eat them. So I've just been drying them and placing them in these barrels, and this is why I also want to make the cellar, because I don't want my food to keep going to waste. And for the cellar, we are also gonna need a whole bunch of hangers or shelves, so that we can actually store the food. And to make the cellar, we just need some sealed bricks. Okay, now we need some brass rods, because we need to either make a door or a hatch to get in the cellar. Okay, I forgot to grab the tongs, and I almost died from that. Okay, and that's the 4 rods we need. But since for now this is gonna be a temporary replacement, I think I'm just gonna stick it like here. Invalid cellar. Why is it invalid? Oh, we need a climate station. Okay, never mind, we cannot yet make the cellar, we don't have redstone. Then I think we can instead go exploring. And the objective of this exploration is gonna be any of the rubber trees. I want to start planting them and harvesting the rubber as soon as possible, because we're gonna need a crap ton of it. And we're gonna go southeast. And we're also gonna bring our trusty donkey with us, as well as the cart. If necessary, which I think it's gonna be, I've prepared the materials to build a canoe. I think the trees that can give us rubber are figs, hevea and kapok. I have no clue which one of these is gonna be the easiest to find. And I'm not entirely sure of where these trees spawn, but I know they spawn in really hot and humid areas. So I think I'm gonna see you once we actually find something. Okay, I think I found something kinda sick. I knew there was structures like this in this pack. Didn't think I'd actually see one. But that's an aqueduct. Oh, this looks so sick. It's such a simple structure, but it's so elegant. And it's such a nice addition to the entire scenery. Okay, found it. Okay, you can see the distance we've traveled, it's a few thousand blocks. And here there is a village of monsters, or enemies at least. And I thought we were getting closer because I was starting to see trees like this. Or actually, this is the first of the bunch that I see, but I know that the rainbow eucalyptus, I think it's used for something, I have no clue what. But I was thinking that the rainbow eucalyptus should spawn around the same area as the other trees that make rubber. I basically just want to bring the saplings and bring as many as I can. It's kinda sad that I didn't end up needing the boat. That just means it's far easier for me to actually get the stuff. And yeah, none of these trees look different from what I've already gotten. Okay, I think we found everything we wanted, and it's safe to call this expedition a success. Okay, we are finally home. As you can see, I've planted the kapoks, as well as some birch and some white cedar, because in this area I'm basically gonna set up a bunch of tappers on all of these trees, and I think we're just missing the maples, because I think these 4 give the same thing and the same goes for these 3. So the birch and the maple are the only 2 unique ones. So since today we've already gone exploring a bit, I think we can now start going northeast, because it requires still a bunch of rainfall, but it's actually in a colder climate, which I don't think we're gonna be able to grow here, but I do want to try. So let's go exploring again. Okay, this is the perfect climate for maple trees. I think we need to follow the river to have the highest chance to find some maple, because it's where the humidity is the highest and the temperature is still pretty low. Wait. Maple! Alright! I took another look in the book to see if I could recognize the log, and we got 12 saplings. Okay, we can go home again. Man, the donkey in the water is so jank. Come on, you can do it! And alright, this is gonna be in the future our tapping area, where we're gonna produce every bit of tappable produce we can make. We're gonna have pipes, I think, running from every tap into a single drum. That way we're not gonna have to empty like 40 barrels every single time. And now that we've done this, I think it's time to go mining. Okay, it's been a few days and I've decided to look around in this area because, as you may have noticed, there's a bunch of gold and iron nuggets. That means there's probably a vein underneath. So I've already done the annoying part of actually finding the vein. You can see here are my first few caved in attempts, and here I was just looking for the vein but couldn't find it. And then after coming down here I actually found the top of the vein, and I have already roofed the entire area with wood so that we can start mining and not have to worry about anything. Okay, I finished the first layer and we've got a whole bunch of everything. So for now, I think we can leave this specific mine, and now I instead wanted to do the same exact thing, but in this area, because we have nickel, and I think there was also bismuth somewhere. Okay, that's diorite. Okay, yeah, it seems we're actually on top of the vein. Okay, I have roofed the entire area, and I'm getting... Right, the cobaltite dust is gonna poison us. I hope that's not gonna be too annoying to deal with. There's a creeper there, okay. There's 2 creepers there. There's 3 creepers there. What? Okay, it did no damage. Okay, maybe block griefing is turned off, which would make them much less scary than I thought they were gonna be. If that's the case, I'm glad, otherwise I have no clue why they didn't break anything. I did not turn it off myself, so I'm not sure. Okay, once again, I think we've pretty much cleared out as much as I'm willing to go for right now. But for now, I think we are pretty set, and now I think we need to look for bismuth, silver and redstone. Okay, this was our final haul from this new mine, and as you can see, my mining hammer is almost broken, so I think it's time to make a steel one. Okay, we've got our perfectly forged steel hammerhead. Also, someone told me that it's probably quicker to look for silver, redstone and bismuth in the beneath. Oh, that's terrifying! That's the most scary thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, we found something. Okay, wow, there's everything here. Okay, if anything, I guess we found the biggest diamond and graphite vein we'll ever see. Although, not exactly what I'm looking for. Or that other material I found on the surface. Okay. Man, that was such a big drop too. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Now I just wanted to take a look around if we can find some silver, quartz, barite, sulfur, diamonds. There was magma underneath that. Yeah, these are emerald and beryllium. And now I really need to leave because I'm about to die of thirst. I just went literally over the river and I found a piece of zinc and a piece of bismuth. I guess we were closer than I thought to a possibly zinc and bismuth vein. Okay, never mind, here's the silver. Okay, once again, I visited our wood farm to gather a whole lot of planks to roof the entire thing. From now on, I'm gonna save you the process of mining because it's no different from what I've shown you already. So let's just get on with it. Okay, I've mined out a sizable area of this vein. As you can see, there's a lot more for me to gather here, but my inventory is also completely full. There wasn't a lot of silver, but there was a lot of bismuth. We're gonna need it for, I think, red steel or blue steel. Actually both, I think. Which I might also try doing in this episode, because I think we literally just missed zinc. And since there was a nugget, this nugget right here, which is zinc, I wanted to try mining down, and I think, I don't remember if I already prospected this, but yeah, spherolite. I think as soon as we find a different kind of rock, we're gonna know. Okay, never mind, it spawns in dacite. Okay, I wanted to ask why it was telling me that it could risk collapsing, and I guess I found my answer. Hehe. There's another one. Also, this one had a bow. Huh. Oh, come on. Oh! Oh, we also got a bow. Okay. Okay, and for the last time today, we've mined out this quarry with a lot more waiting for us once we decide that we need more zinc. And thankfully for now I think I'm done mining. It's just been a few days of looking for nuggets and then mining out the vein underneath. And we were actually extremely lucky because aside from the redstone, which is still inside of the beneath, so it's not exactly unreachable, it's just a bit more annoying too, we found everything we needed to basically in our base. Okay, we can make black steel, I think. Let's focus on that first, but I want to try making one piece of colored steel in this episode. But before all of that, I actually want to make a high pressure steam furnace, and then I also want to expand the blast furnace. And let's start immediately making some more fire clay. And in the meantime, our trees have also grown. And also something else I want to do with the fire clay is actually a mold table, because with these we are gonna be able to automate the extraction process for the blast furnace. And now let's also prepare a bunch of black steel. And sadly, someone rightfully pointed out that we cannot place mechanical presses to weld the ingots on this floor because it's all wood and everything would burn down instantly. So yeah, that's not really gonna be an option. Okay, the gold and silver have finished crushing. Also, the bloomery is done, which means I can place all of that iron into the forge hammer. And I actually think I should first make a pump. Yeah, I think this is gonna take too long. We're gonna need to do the same thing with the black bronze and the nickel and everything. And that's our drum. So if I do something like this and set the bottom of the drum to auto output, but doing this, in theory we just miss the pump, for which we are simply going to need some steel shafts and some steel screws. Oh, how lucky! I just saw we had one beeswax and I thought we didn't have everything we needed for the pump because of this. Oh, this is so clutch. Oh, this is so clutch, I did not think of that. Okay, now we just need to work this into rods. And then into screws. Okay, we've got our screws. Okay, that's our gear. So now we can plate this and get our fluid pipe, as well as our steel cogwheel, and therefore our pump. So now I think we just need the hand crank. Alright. I really hope this works, I have no clue if it will. And it's not working. Okay, it seems I was doing everything correct, aside from the fact that I actually needed a screwdriver and not a wrench. Alright. Now it's working. Special thanks to Plat Dragon for telling me. I know I usually don't mention those who help me because that's just because I forget. Like, from time to time someone will give me a tip and I will remember it and use it, but I will not remember who actually told me because everyone always tells me something. But since this time I was just told, I can actually remember. Okay, so now we are just missing some nickel. Why is this all unknown? It's copper, gold and silver, how is it unknown? Why is there so much gold? Okay, let's try to save this. I messed up. I think it's salvageable, I'm not sure. Not yet. Okay, okay. Whew. I don't think we lost too much. We still have 4,000 million. Okay. Yeah, this is so much faster. Okay, yeah. Now, for our nickel. And let's also run our blast furnace. I'm not sure why the iron is not getting taken out. Maybe it's because the drum cannot support that. Okay, yeah, it works. So we don't even need the pump or this drum. Okay, and that's our first few pieces of pig iron. And here's our nickel. Okay, and now that we have some steel, we just need, I think it's 2 parts steel, 1 part black bronze, 1 part nickel. Alright, we've got our black steel, and we can also make some more. And I also want to make a bit more pig iron. Okay, this should be the last bit of pig iron we need, because now with all of these, oh, this is gonna be amazing. We can alloy this together through the alloy smelter, and instead of getting 12 weak iron ingots, we are gonna get 2. This is the power of steam in full play. And here we already have 3 of the 7 double ingots we need, with the 4th on the way. And this one is gonna be the last one. Okay, now it's been a while since the last one, but here's the new anvil, the black steel anvil. And here we can already make rods at a much better rate, and we still have so much left over to work with. I don't even know what I should do with black steel. I'm not sure which other machines I should be doing right now. But for now, what I know is that we're missing an iron plate. Okay. But for now, what I actually know is that we can make... was it like this? I forgot. No, I didn't. I'm a genius. Okay, no, I think I'm gonna need some pipes to bring the steam to the furnace as well. But with this, we're gonna be able to smelt ores and dusts into ingots. And now, red steel. Okay, to make this we're gonna need some steel, some black steel, some brass, and some rose gold. So the rose gold is all we're missing actually. Okay, 5 and 2 will already give us some rose gold. Man, this is tough to math out because it's 4 alloys. Okay, if my calculations are correct, I think the ratio for the red steel should be something like this. Which is 4 parts black steel, 2 parts normal steel, and then 1 part each for brass and rose gold. Hopefully I'm correct. Okay, okay. We've got weak red steel. Oh, this thing is gorgeous. So now I think we just need to alloy it with the black steel, and it's gonna go the exact same way as it went for the black steel itself. It's gonna give us 2 red steel ingots. So now if we work this in the hammer, there it is. Oh, I'm actually kind of excited. Our very own first red steel ingot. Oh, this thing also told us. Although, yeah, I guess we're not gonna get the quest because the black steel is, gone. But we got it. I don't think we can do literally anything with this. So I think I'm just gonna wait to actually get the anvil. And this area of the base is kind of becoming too lone basey. So I think it's time to move on to build a couple more builds. And then I think I want to try making a tree farm, using the couple of wood we have and some create. Okay, now I actually want to make some pipes, because I want to actually connect the furnace to the boiler, because we have it, you know. Like this. Okay, it was just the wrong output. And now I wanted to check what happens if I smelt 129 millibuckets of iron. Do I get the ingot or an equivalent in nuggets? Because this is not a full ingot. You do... Oh, why did it... Right, the exhaust. Okay, that's terrifying though. That could kill me if I stand too close. But alright, now we can turn all of our dusts into full iron ingots. That's actually kind of insane, because that means we can now run bloomeries that give us 24 ingots every single time. Now I also want to make a new chute, and we're actually gonna need a bunch of these. Okay, we also don't need to actually wash them, so we can just smelt them as is. And now I also wanted to grab some kaolinite, because we need more fire bricks. Okay, I think we've got enough kaolin clay and normal clay, so I think we can head back. No. No, oh come on. I'm starting to feel like the beneath has literally no problem and it's all me. Okay, now we can alloy everything into fire clay, as well as keep smelting tin into ingots, so that we can then crush it into tin dust and make bronze. And we can also process our blooms. I hope that the boiler can keep up. We are firing everything at the same time, so maybe not. Okay, now we can run another full bloomery. Okay, now to make the mechanical saws, which is what I want to do for the tree farm, I want to make 4 of these. So the 2 rods should give us already all the iron screws we need, and instead the blade is gonna be a simple double plate, whereas the casing is gonna be as usual a plate on a stripped log, so we should have all the wrought iron we need. Okay, so now we need a bunch of plates. No, wait. This is a steam furnace. Wait, what am I smelting this into? No, wait. No, I lost. Okay, I just lost an iron ingot. Okay, now these, we need to weld them together. Alright, and also work them into the saws. Let's do that at the same time. Okay, that's the first one. Second one. And last one. 4 stripped logs. Then some cogwheels. And that's it. We have 4 basic mechanical saws. To power these, we're gonna use a water wheel. So that's 4 rods and another casing. Now 1 more casing. And some treated wood. The next item we need is the mechanical bearing. This. So it's 2 more plates, some glue, and a cog. In the meantime, I think I can prepare this area to actually house the tree farm. Okay, here we're gonna have the water wheel. On top of this, we're gonna have the bearing. Okay, I didn't know you can change the color of the water wheel, that's kinda cute. And then on top, we're basically just gonna have this row of wood with these saws attached to it. Now we also need 2 more casings, as well as 2 chutes, so we can make the portable storage interface. But we're also gonna need 1 more chute. Okay. Okay, this is not gonna make everything rotate until we glue everything together. So now... And I think we can already glue everything together. Okay, now these should start spinning. Yeah! And it's gonna connect from here. So this is gonna look in this direction. And here we're gonna have a crate. Okay, these now connect. And of course the tree of choice is gonna be the kapok, which I'm gonna have to steal from here. And I think since these grow pretty big and we have a few of these, I'm just gonna place them spaced apart. And that's it. That's our tree farm. Right now we don't have the deployers, which means we cannot automate the planting of the saplings. But what this is gonna do is spin around, wait for the trees to grow, the saws are gonna cut them, then the interface is gonna connect to this one and store everything we get inside of here, which I think we're gonna need a bigger crate for. And now I actually want to start making the bronze multi-tank. Okay, to start off I just want to make a whole lot of plates, not really counting how many we're gonna need, but just a bunch. Oh no, this is copper. I mean, I guess we have a lot of copper dust. And we're also gonna need a lot of copper to make the taps. That's also the last thing I want to do in terms of technology in this episode. Okay, now let's make a bunch of copper plates. Okay, now for some wood walls. which we're gonna need 24, yeah. And I think it was like 2 more for everything. So it's actually extremely cheap to make. We just need a ring, and then I think it was 2 more rings. Yeah. So that's 4 rods. Okay, now we need, I think, a hammer and a file. Okay, no, I could have forged them. Oh well, never mind. Now, this was just the rings, so that's all. Instead, for this one, we need 1 more ring and a copper screw. Okay, so now we can make the rotor, but we need a screwdriver for that. Okay. Oh, we also need a mallet. Okay, we can just make it with wood. Okay, perfect. Okay, and alright. Now we have all the blocks needed for the copper tank, which I'm just gonna place here behind the boiler. So I'm guessing we put the valve here, connect it with the pipe, and then like this. I think so. So now if I connect this, it's not. Or is it? What? Okay, the game crashed. Amazing. Okay, never mind. It seems the wooden tank cannot hold the steam, which is why it's not getting in. So instead, what we can use it for is gonna be latex. Okay, I think the tank is gonna go roughly here. Okay, never mind. I just found out that you cannot just place the logs to be able to tap trees. So I just wasted a whole lot of time breaking down all of these trees that had already grown. It happens. Also, in the meantime, among all this forging, spring has come back. Also, I don't know how, but we got a piece of floating kapok. Okay. I thought I would make it. Okay, now let's start making some taps. Okay, we're gonna need 40 of these. Also, for now, we are not gonna be able to use the wooden tank for the steam, but we can use this bronze one. So now, in theory, yeah, we can just place this here. So now, if we make a bunch of barrels, I'm not sure how long it's gonna take to actually get the tap out of it. Oh wait, the max temperature is too high for these trees. Okay, up here. Okay, I think I'm gonna move the tree farm up here. And I think I'm just gonna move everything off camera because still, I'm just gonna be moving the saplings. We don't have any tree yet. How hot does it have to be for the kapok though? I fear it might be too cold at this point, since this is a tropical tree. Yeah, it needs to be hotter. I think for the kapok we're gonna have to go underground. I know, like at bedrock, you basically have like a constant 15 degrees Celsius. But alright, for this episode I think it's gonna be all. I wanted to also build a kitchen and a bridge to go to the other side where we found the nuggets, but I think in this episode we've done so much, I think it's time to actually call it. So in the next one, I want to go grab a bunch of animals. I want to set up a whole farm. The windmill area is gonna be like the food-related stuff, so I'm gonna build a kitchen over there, and also the farm for the animals. And instead, down here, we're gonna have the factory area. And I still don't know where to build my house, or if I even want to build a house, because I think I don't even need it. I'm not sure. I think I should. But again, in this episode we've got a lot of progress through as far as getting red steel, and I think in the next episode we're already gonna be able to make a red steel anvil. And in terms of automation, I think in the next episode we're also gonna get into low voltage. I have no clue what any of this is, and making our way to our first circuits, which I think are the entry point. Yeah, they are the entry point for the low voltage age. And this is gonna open the path to a whole bunch of new machinery, so that's gonna be exciting. I thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, a comment and subscribe. As per usual, a massive thank you to our channel members, Brugave, Xosnike, Cycle, Gamer King, Inkling, Marcus Janet and Monkesart. And until the next one, see ya.